Good afternoon, folks. Jason Shepard here with the Anchor Room. Today we're going to cover a standard installation, in this case a dry transfer tape. It's very straightforward. Decal is usually comprised of three pieces. In this case we have our Anchor Room hashtag showing. The backing paper is called literally just that, the paper that the actual decal sits on. We have the decal itself, which in this case, like I said, is the Anchor Room hashtag. And then, of course, the transfer paper that we're talking about today, which is the paper on the front side, which can come either in the variety you see in front of you or in a clear variety. We prefer this since it has the best of both worlds, tackiness to get it to the surface, as well as a translucency or transparency where you can actually still see the decal. Like I said, it's very straightforward. We're going to take the transfer tape, which is, again, just like the name says, it's there to facilitate in transferring the decal from the backing paper to the surface we're going to put it on. Now, as you can tell on the back side, we also have another decal showing here that we place onto the surface that we're going to apply these to with tape. And the point we're trying to make here is that when it comes to a decal this size, it's very straightforward what we're trying to do. But if we're trying to put a slightly larger decal on a surface, you might want to use a Scotch tape to hold it in place to get it exactly where you want before applying it. We're going to do this one in just a second. First, we're going to start with this one. I'm right-handed, so I'm going to put the right-hand side down first. Then I'm going to use a squeegee, and this method here I'm going to go from right to left, and I'm going to, as you can tell, I have this on an angle over top of the surface, and I'm doing that because I'm going to move, like I said, from right to left to make sure there's not going to be any trapped air underneath the surface. Here we go. It's very quick and easy. Once we have the whole thing down, I would apply pressure with the squeegee, and at that point we can use our fingernail to peel up the transfer tape, and as you can tell, it transferred it to the surface. Now, like I mentioned, the other method was using the Scotch tape in this case to hold it in place to get it exactly where we want it. You would just simply, so we have it in place, we taped it down, flip it over. We're going to take the backing paper, we're going to carefully peel that off of the back side of the decal. And then in this case you will probably want to work on an angle somewhat, just layer it down again, elevating one side to make sure that we don't let any trapped air underneath. We can then take the transfer tape and the Scotch tape off probably at about the same time, yielding in a perfect installation.